So I'm here with Stephanie. Stephanie, how old are you?
29,
29?
29.
And are you originally from Arizona?
Mm-hmm.
Are you currently homeless? How did you become homeless?
Drugs.
What sort of drugs do you do? Do you mess with the blues? So that's the main reason why you ended up homeless out here?
Um, Not really, no.
So you
It
still
was
have,
really had to do with my parents, my family.
you still have your family out here in Arizona?
Mm-hmm.
Do they know about your current situation right now? And what do they think about it?
They're in the same situation.
They're in the same situation? How did you guys end up in this situation though? Like, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Um, Me personally, I don't consider like my family my family. You know, I started running the streets when I was like 10 years old.
You started running the streets from what age?
When I was 10,
10 years old. And how do you start running the streets at that young of an age?
my mother, she used to lock us out. She was me primarily. She used to lock me outside a lot. Her husband, she married this guy out of prison, and he was very abusive. And when I told her about it, she was just jealous. She thought I was trying to take her husband from her.
So he basically had her pick between you guys and him?
Yeah. I used to sleep out in the dog shed.
At what age did that start happening?
I was 3. From 3 to 18 or 19. And 2 members of my family did whatever they wanted, whenever. From 3 to 18 or 19.
And you didn't have your biological father with you?
No.
What happened to him? Do you know him?
Yeah, I know him. He just, I guess, same old story. I've seen him a handful of times only.
So he was never really in your life?
No. He was abusive to my mother. He was very physically abusive to my mother.
Do you have any siblings?
Mm-hmm.
How many brothers and sisters?
I have 2 older brothers, 1 little brother, and an older sister.
And how are they right now? Are they homeless as well?
My oldest brother, my 2 older brothers are not. The oldest of us, which is our older brother, he's in North Carolina. He lives in North Carolina with his wife and his daughter. He was very abusive as well. And then I have another older brother. He's somewhere in Arizona.
So, how long ago did you start messing with the blues?
About a year or so. About a year or so ago.
And do you remember who introduced you to them?
Yeah. My mother. Before we became homeless, we begged her and my stepdad, we begged her and her husband to stop, because my mom, she was selling drugs in order to get by, she said, but we were getting by fine, I guess. I mean, they were, and I don't know, I've always just gotten what I needed on my own. But she introduced drugs to the household, and that's when her husband, my stepdad, he started using again, because he used to do crack, and from what we heard from his family, he was very, very bad, drug addict. And when he had married my mom, he was getting right out of prison, so he was done with all that. He was clean, and he took care of her. She always had a house. There was always a place for us to live. But they were comfortable, and it wasn't until she introduced drugs back into, his life, and introduced drugs to our family that, he kind of saw it and kind of was tempted by it. And he started using and kept that a secret from her and the rest of us. And until it got to a point where he was no longer paying bills, but lying and saying that he was. And that's how we became homeless. And one day we're being escorted out of our home by, police. And it was a big surprise to everybody.
So, how long have you been homeless?
About 3 years, 4 years.
3 years. Before you were homeless, did you have a job or anything like that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what kind of jobs have you had in the past?
I'm an artist.
An artist? What do you do exactly?
I was for one, I was an artist. I used to make pretty good money doing artwork. At least $1,000 to $2,000 a week doing artwork. All kinds of different things. And then I had another job as a night manager, or the night supervisor at Hickman's Family Eggs. I was a night supervisor there for sanitation there.
What are you doing to try to get out of your situation right now?
Right now I'm just taking it day by day. I'm trying to get stable. That was hard. I mean, I was on the verge of getting there, but my stimulus and all that stuff, that was all stolen from me by my parents. So everything I had lined up with that was like, that went down. That was no more.
Have you ever sought professional treatment for your addiction?
Mm-hmm.
And how did that go?
Swept under the rug.
Are you willing to go back and try it again? Or?
Yeah, if it's substantial.
So what do you do out here to survive?
Lots of things too.
Do you hang around with like a group or something to like for protection?
Not really. I have a couple people that do look out for me. And those are like, so I have a couple older friends that do look out for me, and you know, they're offering me a place to stay soon. So there's that maybe.
All right, Stephanie. What kind of advice would you give the younger generation if they're thinking about trying blues?
Don't even be around it. Yeah, honestly, don't even be around it.
And if one of your loved ones gets to see this interview, what would you like to tell them?
Just that my little brother, I love you.
Stephanie, if one of my subscribers or somebody that watches this video has anything they want to donate to you, any kind of help that they want to offer to you, where can they get in contact with you? Do you have a social media or anything like that that you want to give out?
I don't have a social media or anything. I don't even have a phone number.
All right, Stephanie, I thank you for this interview. And are you okay with me using it on my YouTube channel?
Yes.
Thank you, I appreciate it.